Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who amaze us.
KRB Jeannie joins us now with the story of a prospect wrestler who's grappling with life on and off the mat.
Robert Rubel Zelaya is trying to make a name for himself while carrying the weight of his family's well-being on his shoulders.
I'm never willing to give up. That adrenaline is something that's unmatched by everything I've ever done. I've seen what I've gone through, and I kind of implement that into wrestling.
Rubel Zelaya is a captain on the Prospect wrestling team, not for his size, strength, or skill, but for his mentality, courage, and heart.
I don't care who's on the other side of the mat. I'm gonna do this for me, and you know, if you have that mindset and you keep going, you're gonna get your hand raised, you're gonna keep going forward, and you're gonna get better.
Rubel was born and raised in the Tenderloins of San Francisco with two undocumented parents.
She came here with her friend, crossing the border, you know, the whole coyote thing, trying to hire somebody, using the drug routes.
Rubel's father was granted an immigrant visa with a plan on becoming a lawful permanent resident, but plans changed when Rubel turned 8.
One day when we were walking to school with my little sister, who was 6 at the time, I just see a guy go up to my dad. They asked him if his name was Rubel Angel Zelaya, and he said yes. And then he's like, "I'm sorry, I have a court order for your arrest for failure to show up to court." He ran off into the street trying to avoid the ICE officer, and they chased him down and they tackled him in front of us. So at that point, I just started crying because I just knew I lost my dad, and I didn't know when I would see him again. So.
After Rubel's father was deported, the family struggled financially. Rubel moved to his aunt's house where he shared a small bedroom with his mom and 3 little sisters. Things were tough until Rubel's mother remarried.
The thing that really stood out about him was that he didn't just want the relationship, you know? It wasn't just that. He tried to get closer to all of us.
Rubel's mother and stepfather added 2 more girls to the family, giving Rubel 5 little sisters. Things were turning around until Rubel's stepfather was arrested this past May. His father figure, the man of the house, was gone.
I'm getting used to writing down his, jailmate ID and everything, and sending off pictures and everything. So, I try to be positive and hold it in myself when I call him. Everything's good. We're all good.
Even when things are not. Rubel's mother works double overtime shifts to support her 6 children. Rubel helps take care of his 2 half-sisters, ages 1 and 2, while their father is away in jail.
Sometimes they do call me dad, like Papa, and it's conflicting because I know who their dad is. I know he's a good person.
Rubel is now left with the responsibility of being the man of the house. He picked up 2 jobs to help pay for rent and is the only driver in the family.
I have the trouble of having to pick up the babies from daycare after practice sometimes, and then I have to take them home, take care of them while my mom gets off her shift, then go back, get my mom.
Although life is an uphill battle for Rubel, he can always return to his happy place, on the mat besides his teammates.
He's overcome a lot of things that a lot of people don't know about or don't understand, and he does feel like he's got something to prove because he's already done so much, and he really wants to make something of himself. He's got that pride, and I think if he keeps that up, he's going to do really, really well, whatever he does.
I'm definitely not going to let this go. I want to keep going. Even if I lose more matches, if I win more matches, regardless, experience is experience. You keep getting better throughout time, and if you believe you can do something, there's definitely something you can achieve.
Rubel is motivated and determined to prove his worth through wrestling.
Dictate dominant on 3! 1, 2, 3! Dictate dominant!
Although life is tough for Rubel, he always has a smile on his face. He's a very charismatic kid who sacrifices a lot for the ones he loves.
Very good. Thanks, Key. And speaking of bright smiles,